Hey, what's up, America? This is Miss Q. Well, from the looks of things haven't gotten too much better, but they haven't gotten too much worse. I could say one thing, it's surely fixed my relationship with my kids. We see each other more, we talk a lot, and I'm very proud of them. I didn't realize my flaws can make my kids successful in some ways. So sometimes some things you can do could turn out for the worse or it could turn out for the better. But either way it go, you should always want to strive for excellence because it's so hard to get back where you came from. And I know I've lost a lot, down to my physical appearance, some of my self-esteem, and some of the people who had the best faith in me in the world. But expect me like you expect Jesus to come back. Expect me, I'm coming. I just want to say that times haven't gotten too much worse, but it hasn't gotten any better also. At the same time, I lost my grandchildren the weekend of Christmas. They burned up in a fire, and it caused my daughter to kind of lose her stability of being herself. My daughter that lives out here on the streets with me, she's gotten 1,000 times better. But it's still not good because both of us are still in active addiction. And I just ask that God just hold on to us tight like a handle. My younger kids in the family, they're growing up, and I guess our mistakes is making them turn the other cheek. And I thank God for that because everybody deserves a break and a chance at life. And that's something I never gave myself because I always wanted somebody to depend, lead, and love me. And I left with people to name. And now it's extra hard because you don't intend to be a role model. You want to be yourself. But no matter what, when you got people crying for bread and people that didn't ask to be here, you're going to be a role model whether you want to or not. Even to the strange kids, it's still something that's inside of you that makes them pay attention. So you got to be careful how you act, treat people, and treat yourself. Because it takes a life to save a life. And the last thing you want to do is lose your life from the cost of drugs. It's like you took the cowboy out. I don't know whether you can go to heaven or hell from ODing or not, but I kind of got an idea where you'll end up eventually. I just ask that my kids and everybody in America just keep their faith in me. Pray for me, you know? I know I could beat this thing, but it just got a tight hold on me right now.
Miss Q, could you take us back to your beginnings and how you grew up, where you grew up, what kind of household you came from?
Well, I come from a household of three. I had two brothers, one older than me and one 11 months apart from me. And it was pretty much hard, you know. You can't fight a losing battle, especially against your own parent, because it's written that a disobedient child will live half of their days. And my mom had me feeling like I was in defense, I was fighting for life. But I feel like while I live, if I gotta go through something that I don't even prepare for. But thank God for strangers in America and building hearts in people, because some people broke the cycle for me. And it gave myself a chance. I realized that people love me even when I forgot to love myself. And it made me feel so much different. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't the best thing, but it was the best lesson I could have learned in life. Because if I didn't know how much I value myself and the things that I accomplish and things that I do gain and keep up with, I thank God for them, because I just take everything for granted down to my life. So when I almost lost it looks like things turned out for the worse, but I ran right back to where I hurt. That's all I knew.
What schools did you go to growing up, Miss Q?
I went to Walnut Park, Warbridge, Oakville Junior High, Melville City High. I never graduated. I never went to high school, period. But those are the schools I was assigned to go to, because by the time I was 14, I was pregnant with my first child. Me being scared to go to school, missing medication.
What happened when you left school? Where did life take you, being a single mom?
Well, I could say it took me for a toll, because now I'm down to nothing. So I know God has to be up to something. And I don't know.
Who introduced you to the current lifestyle that you live in? How were you introduced to this?
A friend who saw me having a hard time to where I could sit inside my van and just cry all day long because my kids come home eventually. I gotta get up and act like I want things to be different. Or act like it didn't hurt me as bad as it sounds, or it isn't as bad as it looks. And God has blessed me to give me the strength of the Lord to do something different. I could wake up every day now without having to get high first. I could put something on my stomach, read a book, watch myself, and then go out for my day instead of having to go home and wake up in the morning to that plate. When I tell you that's they say the wages of sin is death, and the best way to play Russian roulette if you really didn't want to be here is to get on fentanyl.
Who introduced you to that?
Curiosity.
What did you start with initially when you first got out into the street? What was the choice of substance?
Marijuana.
And then it gradually turned into?
Cocaine. Heroin. And then
So now it's at the fentanyl stage.
right. And
What is the big deal with the fentanyl as far as like why is that taking over out here on the streets? Like
because people love the good feeling that it gives them. It feels away your void for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then you realize you're back where you started from, you're chasing the high again. So it's that wonderful feeling that people give.
is it easy to get off of it?
It was not easy at all. So
Is it harder than heroin?
no. The sun in my eyes, I barely can see.
Turn that way. That way. Turn around. Cause it's gotcha. Is it harder than heroin to get off of it?
Yes, way harder because it's a illegal substance that's prescribed for cancer patients. And when you dump something in your body that you don't even need, just you're suffering under the consequences. It's hard to get out your system.
Is it hard to hold a job? Have you had any jobs in your lifetime?
Yeah, I have. I've been a cook for a long time at the Moms. I was a cashier also. And then they said,
How long have you been dealing with your addiction?
since I've been like 17, 18 years old.
How old are you now?
43.
Have you ever tried to get clean?
Yes, but then some bug catch them on the shoulder and that shoulder, and I'm off to the races because I give in.
Do you ever see yourself getting off and staying off?
No.
Do you want to get off?
Yes, but I'm gonna God have mercy on me. So I don't have to go through what I went through last time to try to get off. And then with that, and me to another place.
If you can go back, flip the pages, and go back to the beginning of the book of your life, what would you do differently?
Nothing.
We appreciate you taking time out with us, Miss Q. And if there's anything you want to say in closing about anything that you may not have shared before, now's the time you could say it.
Oh no, I'm fine. I just go off of what I feel in the way that the world, you know what I'm saying, have a report today, and I think I've covered everything.
Yes, ma'am. We appreciate you taking time out with us, Miss Q, and thank you for everything.
Thank you all.